This is my first week with Lenovo's Legion Go S, where I explore the potential of a gaming handheld not only for gaming but also for productivity. Come with me as I explore life with my first gaming handheld to see what it's capable of and how it can improve my life beyond playing video games. See if I can integrate it into the world of drone racing or if it serves any benefit for filmmakers. Thanks for clicking, and I hope you enjoy the video and learn a few things along the way. Alright, so yeah, I just wanted to record my day one experiences with the Lenovo Legion Go S SteamOS edition. Pretty thoroughly impressed so far. I really enjoyed. I spent some time today playing some games. We just tried a whole bunch of different things for like 5 minutes each. But then the main thing that I wanted to get into with this guy is I wanted to figure out what he can be used for beyond a gaming device. Because he's a Linux box. He's a Linux computer. He's a portable Linux computer. So, you know, you can switch to desktop mode. This was the main thing that I wanted to figure out how to play with. And it took a lot of work, and I was super frustrated. Not gonna lie, I spent about an hour and a half troubleshooting things with chat, trying to make it work, and I had to take a break. I literally had to take a nap because I was feeling frustrated, and I was thinking about like I just want to return the thing, and it's not doing what I want it to do. But I took the nap, came back, and then here we are, and I got it doing what I want to do. So I'm sure a whole bunch of you have no idea what this means, but I got iNav and Betaflight working on it, and that's a huge step for me, because what that means is then I can use this guy out in the field to program this guy, or program this guy. So I can use him for troubleshooting at a drone race or out in a field. But then I haven't done it yet, but we're going to dive more into using it as a media redundancy so that I can do media dumps to this guy, so that between flights I can swap an SD card, throw it in here, have it copying over, and while it's copying over, do another flight with another SD card. And then when it's back, just do it again, so that we're never flying away with data that isn't redundantly backed up. I'm hoping to be able to figure out how to make that work as well as preview. We're not there yet, but finally, the thing that I want to do is get this working as a DVR, so I can see what my drones see on here, but then also be screen recording with something like OBS what's happening. I think it's doable. I don't think it's impossible. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's worked beautifully for me as a device so far today. I started the process of trying to get emulation working. That's a whole rabbit hole. I'll check back in tomorrow about that. But yeah, I mean, all in all, day one experience was pretty good. The trackpad is useless. You could never ever make that work. Touchscreen works wonderfully. I'm actually thoroughly surprised by that. The thing that really caught me off guard that I wasn't prepared for is the viewing angle of the screen. Let's see if we can demo this. But if you tilt the screen, things go off pretty quickly, and there's like maybe a 15-degree viewing angle on this screen, which is low-key kind of frustrating. If you're playing on a desk resting your hands, you can't see the screen super well. All the colors get faded and everything gets kind of dull. And then also if you're playing in bed and you're resting in a way that it's not like perfectly tilted at you, it's kind of uncomfortable. I initially was not happy with the ergonomics of this side, but I think I've just sort of gotten accustomed to it. It really kind of gave me cramps in my hand at first, but then at the same time I use the PlayStation controller and I'm not used to the split level thumbsticks, which it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, all in all, day one was a very good experience, and I'll check back tomorrow evening after I've explored the ROM setup and see if we get this working as a retro gaming device. All right. Okay, so day two with the Lenovo Legion Go S Steam Edition. I didn't have much time today, but I spent the day getting retro gaming working. We got the emulation station installed, and that actually took quite a bit of work. Thanks to YouTube, there was maybe a 30-minute video that I took my time going through, and then had to go through and find all of the games that I legally have over in my cupboard over there and find the ROMs for them so that I could get them on here. I want to say legally. I don't know if that's legal or not, but we have them. They're on here. and we're playing them, and it was super nostalgic to play all the old ROMs. I've done it before with like my phone and the touchscreen and stuff. I've never done it with the controllers before, and it was super nostalgic and felt really good playing some of the games that I used to play with my dad when I was like 4 years old on this computer. We had that going. If you give me a second here. Here we go. This guy I used to play. This is a game, Fairy Tale Adventure. I used to play on this guy, and this game's actually gone open source now. It's sort of like, I don't know if I can, let's see if I can get it on the same focal plane as me. Yeah, there we go. And it's basically like an old Skyrim. You go around and explore the world's old Elder Scrolls. It's like the original action RPG from way back when. But I'm really loving being able to play this, because we used to play this on this computer with this joystick, and it's plenty a late night playing that with the old man. So I'm super excited to be able to do this at a moment's notice, and also press that button and be able to just walk away, and then press that button and come back and play it. It's, you know, the dog needs something, anything. Like I'm just really happy with this. I have a feeling I'm going to be playing more retro games than modern games, but we will see. Apart from that, it was a bit of a nightmare to get it all programmed up, and then learning about different things to do with ROMs and emulation that I didn't know. Yeah, we got it all functional now, and it's all working, and I wish I had more time to spend with it. But we're gonna have to build up the ROM collection, I guess, because I have all the games hidden in the cupboard over there, so we're gonna get them in here too. But that was it. I didn't have a whole lot of time today, so I just did what I could. But the other thing that I really want to note that I'm loving about this is I have to use my computers for work, and they often have to render and just crunch numbers, push out photos, push out videos, but when it's doing that, I can't game. All I can do is like go clean the house, or, you know, do that sort of thing. But now, the magic of this guy, I can entertain myself with this while my computers are doing work, which is a nice little discovery. But yeah, really that's it for day 2. I just got the ROMs working, that's it, and I just need to find more time. I think the next step that I want to do is try and get the DVR working for FPV, but we'll see how realistic that is and if I can get it. But anyways, yeah, that's it. Cheers. Cheerio. Thanks for watching day 2. Okay, so this is day 3 of having the Lenovo Legion Go S. Pretty awesome day. To start things off, we got some protection, some glass protection. Came with a alignment tool that goes on the screen like so, and made alignment super simple and went on near perfect. So I'm super happy with that. Now I don't have to worry about scratching the screen. I'll scratch the glass. Came with 2, got it off Amazon. So after getting the glass on, the next thing I did is I got both Liftoff and Velocidrone running on here. Velocidrone was a little more complicated because it runs on a different type of Linux than this guy, but he seems to be functioning okay. Really the only complication that I ran into was I had to give permissions to the executables and find the right executables to give permission to. Once we got through that, I was able to just add the executable to Steam, and now I can launch it in game mode, and it runs beautifully. I get 120 FPS. So when I do the initial flight sim and the takeoff, I get a lot of frame drops for like 5 seconds. But then once that settles, you can just reset everything, reset the race, and then take off, and everything's good. And I get a smooth 120 FPS, lowest settings, highest resolution, and it's running the sim beautifully. For those of you that don't understand what Liftoff and Velocidrone are, it's a simulator to fly these guys around, but it's so you can use your radio, that's your actual radio for controlling your actual drone, but you can then USB into the Legion and run a simulator all you want. But yeah, that was basically it for day 3. Got the screen protector, got the FPV flight sims running, got it working with the radio and did some testing, and she works beautifully, and I'm super excited. And I'll check in tomorrow, let you know any more updates. Hey, so this is day 4 of having the Lenovo Legion Go S and experimenting with it. But today, more than anything, I got some third-party products to help make use of it. One thing is a 240 watt charger that I got from Canada Computers, their ICANN brand. It's got 4 ports out. The main reason I wanted this guy with extra ports so that I could power additional devices through USB-C beyond just the Go 2. It's actually a really nice charger. It shows display of all of the ports and how much voltage and how many watts are being used, how many amps, all that fun stuff. Next, I got this massive carrying case. Super happy with it. It's got a cover to protect the screen. It's actually molded specifically for the Go 2. So if I take this, put the Go 2 in here, you can see the case comes down over the screen, and then there's ample room up here to put third-party accessories like that charger, and it all fits. It's actually got an impressive amount of space in the top. It's fairly big. He comes with a strap too for a shoulder, but I don't think I'll use that. This is just mainly so that I have something that I can throw it in and then throw it in a knapsack. And then the final piece that I got that I'm super happy about is a dock to keep the device on, right? So I can put the Go 2 inside here and then have this standing on a desk. He's got lots of I/O. He's also got SD card reader, both micro and full size. An extra port over there. Another little perk of this is it has the HDMI port, so I can set it up in my bedroom where I have a projector, and then I can just sit in bed and lay in bed and play games with the PlayStation controller. I'm thoroughly impressed and really pleased with that workflow, actually. It's going to be nice to just lay in bed and play things like Kingdom Come and explore the countryside, or to just keep working away on Dave the Diver. I've been plugging away at that game actually every day. I've done a full day gameplay loop of that game once a day since getting the device, and it's actually become my favorite game to play. So that's it for day 4, and then we're going to experiment a bit more tomorrow with using the docking station as more of a desktop type setup to try and use some more tools. We'll see, I'll show you. So today is day 5 of using the Lenovo Legion Go 2 and trying to figure out what more I can do with it. And today I was sort of experimenting and seeing what I could do with it at a drone race as a productivity tool, and I'll show you real quick. What I have is this guy right here. We'll fix the focus. So this guy right here is a 5.8 gigahertz video receiver. The whole point of having that is an FPV drone. This guy, an FPV drone, broadcasts in 5.8 gigahertz video analog signal. So basically, it'll fire out the antenna in the back there, that little whip antenna, and it'll be received by this. And then this guy has a USB-C. So if you give me a moment, what I did is in desktop mode, we got OBS up and running. It's the same software that Twitch streamers use. And then we can plug the video receiver in and leave them dangling for lack of a better solution. And then now I am receiving video. I can then plug in the drone. And then the receiver is going to be on the wrong channel, of course. So you can see it scanned the spectrums and it's found the right channel, because it did a full sweep of the 5.8 gigahertz. Now you can see, as I move the drone around, I can see what I can see on the Lenovo Legion Go 2, and we can do the infinite mirror thing. But I'm blocking the camera, so that doesn't really work, eh? But so now with this, when I'm at a race, I can use this guy to spec and see what I'm doing without having to wear these goggles every time I put the drone on to try and make adjustments. And the thing about trying to adjust your drone while having goggles on, you can't see your drone, you can't do stuff. This also allows me to watch other pilots fly from the comfort of my workstation. I'm super excited for that setup because I'll have a super condensed, tiny little laptop setup that allows me to both spectate other pilots, look at my own video feed, as well as record my own video feed. And if I really want to, I can connect it to the internet and then stream to something like Twitch or any social media program. Then I can share my flights accordingly, and I could do live streams of my my races, my experiences. If I get a second webcam set up, I could switch a camera and have a second scene showing me. It's a portable little streaming device, basically. It's actually really impressive. I had never thought of it as that, as a device, but here we are. So that's it for day 5, and actually tomorrow I'm going down to a drone race. So I'm going to bring you guys along so that you, for day 6, can actually see a bit of a vlog and how I can use it like this in the right environment, as well as show it to other pilots and get their reaction to it, see if they think it's crazy, if they think it's genius. I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Nick, lap 2, 50.2. Metrics mode underscore. Nick RO 19, lap 3, 16.8. 1 minute. Lap 4, 26.3. Nick RO 19, lap 5, 20.7.
That's day 6 with the Legion Go S. We got the micro drone race thing completed and tested out the beautiful device working there. Used it as a DVR spec so that I could see what the quadcopter would see, knowing that I'm on the right frequency, as well as watching other pilots do the track. Especially if the other pilots know the track and you don't, then you can watch and spectate them going through and then memorize the track by watching what they're doing. It also allowed me to record my own laps, and then in turn it was very simple to plug my phone into the Go 2 and then pull the video onto my phone, edit it on my phone, and then post it online to social media. It also made instant replay of reviewing my own flight paths very streamlined and quick and efficient. Something else that came in handy is other pilots needed access to online configurators to program their drones and whatnot, and we were able to do that, but one of them was a little complicated because it wanted to select from like 30 different ports to try and find out what quadcopter it was. So that one didn't work because he had no idea. I had no idea. But I also think it's worth noting that Nick, who's the #1 race organizer in Canada, was able to bring the nationals to Ontario this summer. He's a massive fan of Linux, and he runs all of his race systems off of a Linux computer. When I showed him this, he got pretty obsessed, and he was lurking and watching and wanted to know more and more. We had a good chat about everything, and I think he's going to buy one now. We'll see what happens. He doesn't want the Go S. He wants one with detachable controllers so that he has both tablet, and he also liked the idea of the Go having the mouse. One of the immediate solutions that it had for me is one of my quadcopters was flying on the wrong video channel, and normally my radio tells it what video channel to be on, but it wasn't doing that automatically for some reason, so I had to be able to plug the quadcopter into the Go S and then go into beta flight and then just change the video frequency channel manually. I was able to do that very easily. It was super convenient. Looking back on it all, I really think that it's a tool that could be integrated real well into the FPV system as well as at a race. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be hosting a race, and I'm going to try running the whole system. And all in all, I think this is a great device that could be integrated into an FPV pilot's workflow very seamlessly. It's much smaller, more compact than a laptop. In my opinion, easier to work with than a laptop. And also the battery is way more efficient than a laptop. Something else that I'd like to mention that's become a big part of my workflow is having the drone simulator. It's just sitting here in standby mode so that when I'm working on the computer and I have video rendering, photos rendering, something happening where there's a scroll bar and I can't work anymore, and because my computer's working and I can't play the drone sim on my computer, I can just turn around, hit the resume button, and then just start flying. I've been actually doing this a lot. I've been getting a lot more of those like 5-minute breaks using the drone simulator. It's nice. And then in a couple weeks from now, I'm going to be hosting my own drone race, so I'm going to try running all of the timing system in the entire race from the Go S, see if I can make that work. Still 2 weeks away. I'm going to make sure I have another laptop there for redundancy, but we're going to see if we can make it work. A lot of the other pilots were super intrigued by it and loved the setup. I have a feeling this could catch hold in the FPV community, or at least the concept of them. I know of at least one pilot that said that he has one and had never thought to do this, and he was intending to develop the setup that I was using at the race for his as well. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm super happy with the results for day 6. Excellent device to have. I don't regret it in the slightest, especially from that perspective of the FPV workflow. I'm going to have to try another day where I take it out for out in the field flight. Maybe we'll do that for day 7, actually. It's actually not a bad idea. I've been trying to figure out. I was trying to decide if we spend day 7 playing with Decky Loader or try it as a in the field device to help with flying. Maybe that's... I guess I'm just thinking out loud now. But anyways, that's it for day 6. We'll figure out what to do for day 7, and that'll happen next. Thank you. This is day 7 with the Lenovo Legion Go S, and for the final day, I debated going out and testing the drone file transfer protocol type stuff to see if I can use it as a redundancy backup. I decided, I mean, it's got a micro SD slot. I'm assuming that that works, right? I don't have to like physically go test if I can press Control-C, Control-V, so I thought I'd explore more something that's potential as a productivity workflow, and I'm actually super happy with how this worked out. So normally I have my laptop over there, and that's my viewing screen. I can look there and see myself. I have my record button, I have my mouse here to interact with the laptop. But what I did is I found a Linux open source app called Sunshine and Moonlight. So we put Sunshine on the laptop and we put Moonlight on the Lenovo. And basically it's a remote desktop app with imperceivable latency. So anyways, what I can do now is I can press right here and shift my focus. So I have a touch screen that's now a remote viewing monitor. So what I have now is touchscreen full controls for my Nikon Z8 in a mobile spec screen type format, which is like unbelievable, right? You could give this to a director on a film set and have full control over their camera. I'm actually just discovering this right now as we're talking about it, and it's kind of just like blowing my mind in the moment. But the thing that I set it up for is photo editing, so I could put my Adobe software open and running, and then I set up my buttons to go forward, backwards, delete. Then I can hit the touchscreen and push the sliders on the touchscreen to change my exposures and my settings and everything. Basically, it's using my processing power of my really fancy gaming laptop, and this as the control device. And as long as I'm within my Wi-Fi network, then I can, go sit on my couch with my dogs, have a movie playing in the background, just relaxing, and do the desk work anywhere within my house, within my Wi-Fi network. And I'm beyond happy with the results. And I was a little worried about the colors on the screen, but the colors match identical. The colors on this screen are great. The only thing that I wouldn't want to do is a lot of cropping and alignment, because it's kind of tedious with a touchscreen to get that just perfect. Need a mouse for that, I'll be frank. But as for culling and lighting adjustments and doing masking adjustments and stuff, it's brilliant. Just as quick as a keyboard and mouse and sitting at a desk, but now I am unchained from my desk. This is blowing my mind. Okay, but that's about it for day 7. I'm like super happy with this as a device. But I mean, that's about it for my first week with the Lenovo Legion Go S, and I'm super happy with the device. Definitely worth the money. Definitely do not regret in the slightest. Super glad that it's Linux and that I've learned a lot about Linux. So in recap, we got it working as a gaming handheld, of course, because that's what it is. But then we also got Betaflight and iNav working, so that I can tune and customize my drones in the field, change settings of the drone in the field. We also got the drone simulators working so that I can practice over here quickly while my other productivity systems are being used. Then I can use the gaming system for gaming in those like little 5-10 minute slots. We also got the dock system and the power system so that I can set it up with my projector in my room and use the PlayStation controller to play on the big screen. I was actually doing that last night with some BioShock just before bed to freak myself out, of course. And then we got OBS set up and tested it as a digital video recording device as well as a streaming device. And we also took it to a drone race to get that working. Worked brilliantly at the drone race. Super happy. Everyone else there was super excited by the idea of it. And then finally, we just discovered this, that you can do this. This is amazing. Not gonna lie, there was a few bumps in the road of learning Linux and learning how an immutable operating system works and how permissions and file systems and all that type of stuff. It's not impossible. ChatGPT helped a fair bit. Stumbling and fumbling helped a fair bit. But we got there, and now can't recommend enough. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. And excuse me while I hit this button right here to end the video. Okay, bye.